Hello everyone! Today we will see how to make a Valentine's Day special hidden heart cake. To make this hidden heart cake, we need to bake two separate cakes. One is the red cake for the hearts and the chocolate cake. We'll start off by baking the red cake. For this, I have taken a 9 by 5 inches rectangular cake tin. Grease the cake with oil or butter and place a parchment paper at the bottom of the tin so that the cake comes out easily without sticking to the pan. Then preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now we can start preparing the cake batter. Take a large bowl and take some butter. This butter should be at room temperature. To the butter, add some sugar. I am using powdered sugar. Add the powdered sugar little by little and keep beating the butter and the sugar till it's light and fluffy. Beat this butter and sugar for about 1 to 2 minutes. In between, pause your mixer and scrape the bottom and sides of the bowl. This way you will be able to incorporate all the butter and sugar and you will be able to beat well. Continue mixing the butter and sugar for 1 to 2 minutes. Then we can add the eggs. We need 4 eggs for this recipe. Add 1 egg at a time or 2 eggs at a time and beat till it's well incorporated. Beat the eggs till it's light and fluffy like this. Scrape the bottom and sides of the pan again. And then add the vanilla. We need 2 teaspoons of vanilla for this. Add the vanilla and mix it well. All this makes our wet ingredients. Now we can start adding the dry ingredients. For this, place a sieve over the bowl and then add the all-purpose flour or maida. Along with this, add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 3/4 teaspoon salt. Now we can start sieving the ingredients into the bowl. Sieve the dry ingredients in 3 batches. First sieve about a third of the mixture. Once you mix that well, then start sieving the other 2 batches. This way you will be able to make a nice and smooth lump-free vanilla cake batter. Once you add the flour, don't over mix the batter. Just mix it till it all comes together. If you overbeat the batter after adding the flour, then you will not get a soft and nice cake. Now to this mixture, add some red color. I am using Americolor deep red. If you want a dark red cake, then add a little more color. But if you prefer a light pink cake, then add a little less red color. Mix this red color along with the batter. Now my batter was a little thick, so I added 1 tablespoon of milk. If you feel your batter is thick, you can add anywhere between 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk and mix it in. This should be the consistency of the batter. It shouldn't be very thick. So once the batter is ready, you can transfer this into the prepared tin. Take the prepared tin and transfer the batter into the tin. Spread the batter nicely and tap it on the counter to remove any air bubbles. If you don't want to add the red color, you can leave it out and just bake a white vanilla cake. The hearts can be white in color. The white hearts will still look nice in the middle of the dark chocolate cake. So if you don't want to add any color, just leave it out and bake a plain cake. Now bake this in the preheated oven for 50 to 60 minutes. Each oven is different, so start checking after 50 minutes itself. Put a skewer or a toothpick in the middle of the cake. If it comes out clean, then it is done. Otherwise, bake for a little longer. Make sure you don't over bake this cake because we are going to bake this cake twice. Once the cake is cooled, I wrapped it in a cling wrap and put it in the fridge because I made the red cake one day earlier and then the next day only I made the chocolate cake. You can bake both the cakes on the same day, then you don't have to wrap it like this. If not, just wrap it and leave it in the fridge and take it out whenever you need it. So this is the next day. Now we are ready to bake the chocolate cake. For this I again took the same 9 by 5 inches cake tin, but for this you will have to raise the sides of the cake tin with the baking paper because there is a chance for the batter to overflow. So I've raised the sides of the tin. Grease the bottom and sides of this cake tin so that the cake comes out easily and it won't stick to the tin. Now before we start making the chocolate cake, we'll prepare this red cake. Cut out slices of this red cake and then take a heart-shaped cookie cutter and cut out hearts from these red cake slices. I used a cookie cutter to make these hearts. If you don't have a cookie cutter, then you can make a heart-shaped mold with a paper or a cardboard and then you can cut out these hearts. Do the same with the entire red cake and keep all of these hearts ready. We'll have to place this in the chocolate cake. With the remaining red cake, don't think this is going to go waste. With this remaining cake, I have made cake pops or cake balls. This recipe I have already posted in this channel. I'll leave the link in the description box. You can check that out if you're interested. Next, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now we can start baking the chocolate cake. For this, take a large bowl and take some butter and powdered sugar. This time also I am using powdered sugar. Again, make sure the butter is at room temperature. Beat the butter and sugar for about 1 to 2 minutes till it's light and fluffy. As mentioned earlier, always remember to stop your beater and scrape the bottom and sides of your bowl. Next we can add the eggs. We are using 4 eggs for this recipe. Make sure the eggs are at room temperature. Add the eggs one at a time and incorporate it well. Beat the eggs for 2 to 3 minutes till it's light and fluffy like this. Then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla to this mixture and beat it in. All these makes our wet ingredients. Now we can start adding the dry ingredients. For this, place a sieve over the bowl and then add the all-purpose flour or maida. Then add the cocoa powder. I have given all the ingredients list in the description box. You can check that out. Then add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and add 1 teaspoon of coffee powder. This is instant coffee powder. The coffee lifts the flavor and enhances the flavor of the chocolate. So I always add some coffee powder. If you don't want to add, you can leave it out. Now we can start to sieve these ingredients. As before, sieve the ingredients in 3 small batches so that it's all well combined and well mixed without any lumps. You can use a beater also to combine the wet and the dry ingredients, but always remember, don't overmix or overbeat the batter after adding the flour. If you want a nice and soft cake, then just mix until it's all combined and don't overbeat the batter. This should be the consistency of your chocolate cake batter. If it is not up to this, then you can add a little bit of milk to bring it to this consistency. Take the prepared cake tin and add a little bit of this chocolate batter into the cake tin. Fill about a quarter of this tin and spread it nicely like this. Tap the pan on the counter to spread the chocolate batter. Now take the hearts that we cut out with the red cake and arrange it in one line like this, and then place it in the center of this cake tin. Since we've added a little bit of this chocolate batter, these hearts will stand nicely in the center. Arrange it in the center. Keep as many hearts as you can. Don't leave any gaps in between the hearts. Pack it nice and tight. Once this is done, align it in one straight line. The remaining chocolate cake batter, you can choose to fill the sides of this cake with the spatula, but I put it in a piping bag. This is much easier because you can pipe the chocolate cake batter into all the small crevices also. You can push these hearts and then pipe it along the corner of the cake also. So this is how I prefer doing it, but you can also use a spatula or a spoon to fill the remaining cake tin. Then take a spoon and spread the cake batter, make it nice and smooth. After this, don't tap the pan too much on the counter because that can displace the hearts that we placed in the center. This is the reason why I feel it's better to pipe the chocolate cake batter instead of just using a spatula to fill up the cake tin. So that you don't have to tap it to spread the batter, you can just pipe the batter into every small nooks and corners. Now bake this cake in the preheated oven for 50 to 60 minutes. Put a skewer in the middle. If it comes out clean, then it is done. Otherwise, bake for a little longer. Once the cake has completely cooled down, then you can remove it from the tin. To frost this cake, I use some ganache. But if you don't want to use ganache, you can use any frosting, buttercream, whipped cream, whichever you want. You can use that to frost the cake. Now this cake is fully baked. If you can see, in one side of the cake, the heart is slightly visible. But I am going to frost this cake, so it is okay. But if you are not going to frost this cake, in order to hide the hearts that are placed inside, don't keep the corner or the last two hearts at both sides. This way you can fill that space with the chocolate cake batter and the hearts inside will not be visible at all. This was another day that I baked this same cake where I did not place the sides or the corner two hearts. So once it is done, I frosted my cake with chocolate ganache, frost the entire cake with the ganache and then decorate it with some sprinkles. Since this is Valentine's Day, I decorated it with some heart sprinkles. So this is it. A wonderful surprise inside heart cake is done. I know this cake takes some time to get done, but then it's so well worth the surprise. You can put any design in the center, whichever cookie cutter you want, you can use that. If you're making it for small kids, you can use Mickey Mouse or any other favorite cookie cutter that you have, you can use that shape. So for this Valentine's Day or for your anniversary or for a birthday party, do try out this awesome hidden heart cake. Until next time, bye bye.